What would you do differently if you had to do this again in the Czech Republic?
Well, I guess one thing that we didn't do that we should have is understood what the situation was when we began. I know I assumed, I'm sure you did, that when we showed up, they were already aware of the fact that this team of Americans was coming, and they knew that this change was going to happen when in fact they had no idea. We basically just showed up, and it was sort of a shock for them, which I think immediately put us at odds. So from the beginning, we should have explained to them what our goal was, that we weren't trying to ruin what they had established, and actually convince them that we were looking out for their interests. And then from there, we could have moved forward from day one, how we did, day three, when we had already wasted a pretty serious amount of time.
Dan, anything?
Yeah, there's a couple things I'd do differently. The first is kind of get to know the people that we were working with before we actually stood over their backs, timing them. I think had we learned a little bit of Czech and introduced ourselves, learned how to say hello and goodbye and please and thank you, it would have gone a long way in building a relationship and gaining buy-in from these employees. Another thing we would have done is really get the employees' involvement from the beginning. So instead of us designing the cell off the factory floor, we would have stood with them and designed it together. And I think had we done that the first time, they really would have been more keen to actually work in that new environment than ignore it.